We're going to be starting the race soon. If you're just joining us now, this is the Donkey Kong Country 80% All Stages Tournament Group B match versus jpnance and Fathlo23. And we are off and going. Good luck to both runners. The game is going to start off really quickly. Here we have, we're going to get rid of Donkey Kong as fast as possible, because as I was saying earlier, he's very slow. And then we're going to roll through these enemies into what we call the double extendo, which is rolling through all those as fast as possible. And it looks like Fathlo has some problems with it. But they both make it out of the level fairly easily. You mainly want to be Diddy throughout all of these levels. You only really use Donkey Kong to sacrifice. In this level, we're going to see the first instance of a bonus warp, which is intentionally failing a bonus in order to warp you further throughout the level. Both runners in sync right now. I'm very excited. A common trap for new runners is that as soon as they land from this jump there, they're going to roll, and they're going to jump into the armadillo. That's a rookie mistake. Glad we didn't see any of these fine runners hit it. As they move on to Reptile Rumble, third level in World 1. This is where the platformer really starts to pick up. And a lot of camera manipulation as well. Sorry, I'm having some stream issues right now. Alright, there we go. So Fathlo finishes up with Reptile Rumble. Looks like JP accidentally grabbed a DK barrel. Coral Caper is the first water level in the game. We're going to be grabbing the fish here. Flipping through some things. But the main thing you want to pay attention to when you're in the water level is making sure that you don't hit any of the corners. Take them as sharp as possible, because they can kill your momentum. Like right there, you just saw Fathlo clip through the octopus. The croctopus, I'm sorry. This JP is not too far behind him. See that little bonk he had on the floor there? Completely killed his momentum and stopped him right there. You gotta be careful not to do that. It's very hard in the water. On guard can be very tricky to control for new runners. And runners that have been playing the game for a long time as well. The fish just sort of has a mind of his own. Coming into Barrel Cannon Canyon. Fathlo is going to be doing some more of these manipulated extendos. Rolling through enemies. While lighting them up perfectly. Right about here, he's going to press Y right about here to sort of keep his horizontal momentum going forward so he doesn't hit the wall. And then he's just going to take the upper barrels throughout the rest of the level. And that's about the end of World 1. Coming up, we have first of 3 bosses in this game. All the bosses are the same except 2. This is very naughty. You can't jump on him while he's in his laughing animation, so the only way you can speed up this fight is by jumping on him as soon as the animation is finished and he's in the air. We're going to see him again at the end of World 4. Fathlo moving right along to World 2. 347 World 1 is very good. Pretty good, I should say. By his standards, he's probably not very happy with it. There goes the frog, unfortunately, so we say goodbye to Winky. Oh, a little jump there. This level is interesting because you're hitting a lot of enemies to do extendos as well, but they're not in like traditional places. So you're not going to go bowl right through an enemy. You might clip the bottom of its hitbox. As you saw through the vulture right there. Fathlo finishing up Minecart Carnage, taking a warp to the beginning to the end, making sure you don't get hit by that Kremling at the end. As we come up to Bouncy Bonanza, one of the first real hard levels in the game. This is an introduction to tire rolls. If you land at a certain point on the tire, you can bounce. You can just roll right off of it. Also, we're going to be seeing some crawl space zips here. If you're holding down while you're in the crawl space, you can actually jump through them. Oh, Fathlo taking a death, unfortunately. That's one of the dangers of these tire rolls, is that sometimes the tire will just eat your input. So that gives JP a little bit of a lead right now, because I don't think Fathlo took midway. Not like this, indeed. Now, the safer strat would be just to bounce around the bees off the tires, but it's much faster to take the tire rolls. So we get to see these crawl space zips again. Stop and go station is a very interesting level because as soon as you enter, you just go back into the beginning and it shoots you right to the last part of the level. Fathlo almost making the same mistake. Oh, this cat. Sorry, y'all. Oh, what happened to JP? Oh, he must have failed Temple Tempest, or took damage somewhere. Because you need both monkeys going into Millstone Mayhem. We're having some stream issues, it looks like, for jpnance. His stream is frozen for me right now. As Fathlo is now setting up for the super jump. As I said, taking damage with Donkey Kong, sending him flying through the air. Then taking damage again, and you're just flying up to the barrel at the top there. The warpless, or the other strat that you would do, is to push the tire over a really unfortunate gap and take that same barrel. This is the second of four bosses that we're going to see. This is Neki Jr. One of the sources of RNG in this game is dependent where he's going to spawn, at the top or at the bottom. It's faster if he spawns at the bottom, obviously. Fathlo finishing him up real quick. Hopefully we can get JP's stream back really soon, once he's done his splice. And Fathlo's coming in on Vulture Culture, excuse me. This is one of the few levels in the game where you'd rather be Donkey Kong, because there's a warp barrel right there that's going to shoot him right to the end of the level that Diddy Kong cannot reach, or will not spawn for Diddy Kong. And you must be fast once you start the level for the barrel to stay there. Making short work of that. The next level here at Treetop Town, there's a tire hidden cleverly almost off screen that you have to hit after you bounce off this vulture. That shoots you right to the end here after a very interesting tire roll. Tire roll certainly claimed a lot of my lives. So we're coming up now onto Forest Frenzy, which is Forest Frenzy is one of the first levels that I think a new Donkey Runner should learn, mainly because this super jump saves a lot of time. There's great tutorials on all this stuff on the DKC Speedruns wiki, which is www.dkscspeedruns.com. Right now, Fathlo's letting go of his B button, so he begins his descent. Now look at all these bees and ropes and kremlings and birds he doesn't have to deal with now. I'm glad this super jump exists. Yeah, there's a little bird maze there that's very interesting. Fathlo's finishing up. Going on to Temple Tempest. So we're going to see him rolling through the enemies, like I was explaining earlier. So using the extendo right there so he can jump at the last second and grab that rope. Here he's going to be manipulating the camera again so he can get the Kremlings all in the right order. so we can just roll through all 3 of them. I still don't have JP's stream up, so I can only hope he's doing all right. Another tasty little extendo and a tie roll. This is one of the first real game breakers for new runners as well. There's another rope you could just clip right through. And here we're going to come up to map warp. They're on the corners of the paths that you see here in World 1. If you press any of the face buttons at a frame perfect location, it'll warp you either halfway or 3/4 of the way through Orangutan Gang, which is the next level. Fathlo 2 times now, 3, 4. 4th times now. 4-time map warp try for Fathlo. He can't be too happy about that. But he's done the level, which is unfortunately faster playing through it. We're up to the 2nd water level now, Clam City. Once again, we're going to see the fish. And a lot of enemy clipping here. I just really like listening to this song. I don't like talking too much throughout these water levels. There's not really much to talk about. See right there, clipping through that clam right at the end. That's why a lot of people prefer the fish from this one. Here's the 3rd boss of the game. This is Queen Bee. There's again not too much to explain in this fight. Pick up the barrel, hit him while he's yellow. The only speed tech you really want to use is making sure that you grab the right barrel as opposed to the left one. The left one causes some lag as you pick it up. And Fathlo making very short work. Oh, did I say him? I'm sorry. No, we're coming up to World 4 now. Hope JP's okay. Movement on the snow is very interesting in the fact that normal running and rolling won't actually make you go faster until you build momentum by jumping, because it's pretty much ice. And we're going to see an edge boost here, where he's going to jump over all of these little beavers here and hit the slope so we can jump on 3 neckies, I'm sorry, and then shoot his way through the rest of the level. Oh, we have JP back a little bit. Welcome back, JP. He's having some issues keeping his fish. But he's not too far behind Fathlo right now, so he must be on an alright run. There are some times where you just need to accept the fact that your fish is not coming back and just let him go. This is Slipslide Ride. There's a platform off screen that Fathlo is going to be jumping on the top of this rope in order to get to a warp barrel. JP having some issues fighting Queen, unfortunately. So Fathlo is jumping his way through these ropes that actually pull you downwards. The purple ones pull you down and the blue ones thrust you upwards. So you need to be really perfect when you're on those ropes. Here we get to play with the bird. We call this level Bird. The blue ones shoot you upwards, so they propel you up. So JP is now starting World 4. Oh, unfortunate. Well, that's why we call the level Bird, because when you take damage while you're on an animal buddy, at least when you're on an animal buddy that's on the ground, you get thrown forward, and you can't control that. So chances are, if you're the bird in this level and you take damage, you're getting thrown into a pit. So keeping the bird is very important. JP's playing his donkey right now. Interesting strat. Fathlo making his way right to the end of bird here. Truthfully, I can never remember the name of this level. It's not Ice. Is this one Ice Age Alley? I don't think so. Yes, it is. That's Ice Age Alley, because the one that JP is on right now is Snow Barrel Blast. That's right. So the third water level now, Croctopus Chase, is very long. It's about 2 minutes and 20 seconds, if done very optimally. And again, there's not really too much to talk about in this water level. They give you a fish near the end, but it's not really worth going out of your way to grab. So we just we go fishless. What you saw JP do is he opted. I think he opted not to go on the platform off screen here. And Donkey Kong's hitbox is actually so much bigger that his hands can get into the barrel while Diddy's can't. So now let's just enjoy aquatic ambience again. As JP is now on Bird, or Ice Age Alley. Yeah, there's a couple of levels where you could manipulate sprites and the states of your Kong, where you could bring animal buddies into levels that they're not really supposed to be in. Most notably, you can actually bring the bird into this level. This level being Croctopus, and a trick that we call Bird Croc. You can bring Espresso into Manic Mizzers, and you can bring Espresso into 1-1 as well with Wrong Warping. But that's all done mainly in the reverse boss order category, which is quite an entertaining watch. I believe Fathlo has a world record in it. It's very interesting. You get to manipulate wrong warps and things, but that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about all stages. Fathlo's now just finishing up shortly Croctopus Chase. As you can see, it's a very long level. Both of our runners are in it right now. Fathlo's just exiting. Moving on to Torchlight Trouble, which is the introduction of Squawks, as I was telling you, but we're not going to take him because he causes a lot of lag. This is unfortunate. Fathlo took some damage, so he has to take these crawl spaces slowly. But this is one of the harder levels in the game to optimize. But we get to see what's called back boosting, where on the big enemies like Crushes and Clumps, if you jump on them with Diddy and turn around at the absolute last second, you'll get pushed over towards the opposite direction that you're facing. So you can sort of use that to your advantage. And here we're coming up to Rope Bridge Rumble. One of the more entertaining levels to watch. Looks like Fathlo will not be performing the super jump roll. But we're going to see a lot of really cool tire rolls and an extendo right there. That little moonwalk that he did where he sort of landed and then faced the left, and then the right again, was to manipulate where the tire is, so he can just roll off of it. And then we're going to see another tire roll right here. So impressive to watch. That's another instance of back boosting. Now we're back to the beaver. This is really naughty. Oh, extremely naughty, I'm sorry. He's back. And this time he jumps higher. I'm sure we're going to see the the super jump roll now in Oil Drum Alley, which is the next level. Usually you can use Donkey Kong to skip the last 4 jumps that the beaver does. It looks like we've lost JP again, unfortunately. Just as he's around. Alright, so he's setting up the super jump roll right now, is taking damage with Donkey Kong. Rolling through the fire, and nails it! So now we're really flying through this level. Glad we really got to showcase one. JP is just coming out of Croctopus Chase now, coming into Torchlight Trouble. That's the end of that. Fathlo's on relatively good pace right now. Now we're on to elevator antics. It's sort of like Reptile Rumble Jr. or Senior, I guess, culminating with manipulating where the elevators spawn so that you can jump on them optimally. This is another instance of a bonus warp we're going to see, where he's entering and then failing a bonus intentionally to propel him forwards throughout the level. Animal elevator, I like it. So yes, right there you see Fathlo sort of jump and wait for the elevator to be in a specific position. Sorry, a lot of talking going on right now. So that he can jump from them optimally. Here he's going to perform what's called elevator skip, where he doesn't even need to be on an elevator and just finish off a level, thank goodness. And the final water level in the game, Poison Pond. Truly is the hardest water level. The hardest way to keep your fish in, because there's a lot of things that the fish cannot clip through very easily. But hopefully we'll see him clip through 3 mincers, which are those big black spinning things. There's more aquatic ambience. It's never a bad thing. Skipping halfway. Hope JP is doing alright. We're not going to see a triple mincer, unfortunately. We'll see a single mincer clip. Just as good. Those animal tokens, you really got to make sure you don't grab too many of those along the way. If you grab 3 of any of the same ones, you're going to get thrown into a bonus level that you cannot skip. And it's a long time. So here's the first instance of a jump roll we may see. We're going to swap to Donkey Kong and intentionally run into the minecart, so that when you take damage and you're in the air, the game still thinks you're on the ground and you can roll infinitely through the air. And you're going to press Y as soon as you land on a vulture right there and start jump rolling. It's really particular where you stop the jump roll here, because if you keep going, then you're going to run into a bee, which is the only thing that can stop you, or if you jump out of it. So right there, you just saw him roll out of it right there. If you continue to roll through the air, though, at that little tire platform that we just saw, not this one, but the one before it, the game actually stops you from being able to do that. It's almost as if the level wishes to be played. Fathlo making very short work of this level. That jump roll only saves about 4 seconds, as opposed to just continually rolling through the air. This is Bob, the acronym Blackout Basement, where the lights turn on and off by some jerk who doesn't think we need to see what we're doing. We'll show him. Fathlo's just going to continually roll through the levels. performing tire rolls and extendos, grabbing ropes that you can't see. If your movement is the same throughout the entire level, then this shouldn't really be too much of an issue. Oh, unfortunately, he took damage. Or he died, actually. Rolling into the claptrap. This may give JP a chance to catch up, if only we knew where he was. jpnance is having tech issues, I believe, unfortunately. Fathlo showing again that you just need to have the same movement throughout the entire level and predict where the platforms are, and you'll be fine. Watching out for the orangutan right there. And we're coming on to the hardest boss in the game, Boss Dum Drum. He's literally just going to spit enemies at you and slam his butt on the ground like that. Rare really had to rush this boss concept, I guess. The only thing we're going to do to make this fight just a little bit faster is we're going to swap to Donkey Kong after the third set of enemies that he's going to spit out here, because the armadillos and the clumps are actually die faster to Donkey Kong because he's heavier. You only need to jump on them once. There we go. We get to see a slap slide, 2 of them. A real treat. Oh, almost getting burned, unfortunately. So, Fathlo finishing up World 5, coming on to World 6. There's a jump roll in pretty much every single one of these levels, but only a few of them save time. We're probably going to see... I really hope we're going to see one right here. This is Taked Up Trouble, or Tut, as I was explaining earlier. There's 2 of them you can go for here. There's Krem Tut, which is where you do the jump roll off a Kremling, and then there's Bird Tut, which is really a backup, but some new runners prefer to just go for Bird Tut, where you do the jump roll off a bird. So let's see what happens here with Fathlo. Otherwise, he's going to have to go through the entire level, picking up all of these little fuel barrels to fuel his platform. So here comes the setup for Krem Tut. Fathlo unfortunately pressed Y a little too early, but he rolled out of it and saved it a bit. Here he goes, setting up Bird Tut. And, rolled a little too early. So if you roll through the enemy, that means that your Y input was too early. If you take damage... Oh, you got the consolation back up. The consolation jump roll. Thank you, Fathlo. If you just take damage, or if you just bounce off the bird, it means your Y press was too late. It is a frame-perfect trick, so new runners shouldn't really be discouraged if they can't get it in the beginning. Oh, we have some video from JP right now. It looks like he's rolling through the air in minecart madness. That constellation jump roll doesn't save anything, by the way. Yeah, JP is now rolling through the air. We left off and he was in torchlight trouble. So he must have been doing alright then. As you can see how important it is if you want a really good time in this category, how important going for the jump roll is and getting it. This level is very long otherwise. Coming up next for Fathlo is Manic Mincers. I had to wait until the level loaded to remember the name of it. This is an instance where we're actually using the Rhino is fortunate, because there's a damage boost you can do near the end. That'll throw you and give you invincibility frames over a pit and clip through some mincers here. And here JP is coming up on Blackout Basement. See how he pulls it off. I think he's going to do all right. He seems to be getting the platforming down. So here's where we're going to give the Rhino the Yoshi treatment. Back boosts, and there's a level, pretty much. JP having a pretty good blackout basement so far. Grabbing Donkey Kong, probably for safety, I don't blame him. Now we get to see another super jump roll. Taking damage is Donkey Kong. Rolling through the snake and unfortunately not hitting it at the right time. So... Oh, and JP took damage, it looks like. Rambi is pretty much Yoshi in the sense that we use him to take damage so that we can go further. Other than that, Yoshi is about 100 times more useful than Rambi. Now, as you can see, Misty Mine is it's a hard level, so having that super jump roll there really makes it a lot easier to go through. Being careful not to jump on most of these armadillos unless you want to back boost off of them, because if you jump on one, chances are you're going to land in a pit. JP now fighting the Dum Drum, getting some more lag, unfortunately. Here's Loopy Lights, one of the harder levels in the game. You want to avoid grabbing the lights if you can. But the good thing is that the Kremlings brush their teeth, so their teeth are really shiny in the dark. You can see where they are. That's the only claptrap in the game you can roll through, is the one in the beginning. It's a neat little extendo that Fathlo did right there. The bees, you can see, are their eyes are very white, so you can see exactly where they are. And there's an orangutan right there that's ready to ruin your day. Same with that claptrap right at the end. As we're coming up on Fathlo's last level of the game, Platform Perils, home of another jump roll, the last jump roll in the game, saves a lot of time. So let's give Fathlo your energy and hope that he can nail it. Otherwise, there's another really long platforming level. Here he goes with the setup. Little too late, unfortunately, so Fathlo's gonna have to play the video game. Looks like Fathlo's on 36 pace right now. Not his best time in the tournament, and I'm sure he's not too thrilled with this run. Hopefully we'll get to see a golden barrel sprite. Doesn't look like it. That's okay. That sprite, that trick glitch usually works when you load the bee in the barrel, I believe. Something to do with the bee in the barrel swap pallets. But now coming up on the final, second final boss of the game, / the second boss of the game, this is Neki Sr. The only difference between this one and the second one that we fought is that instead of spitting one nut at a time, he's going to spit nuts depending on which phase of he's on. So he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, you know. So, Fathlo. Low 36 pace for Fathlo. Now jpnance is... we're not sure where JP is. I hope he's doing alright. The only way you can really speed up this K. Rool fight is by jumping on him the actual second, or the actual frame, that the crown is off of his head. Call that crownless. There's not really much going on in this K. Rool fight. He's going to throw his crown at you, he's going to run across the ship, and then he's going to shoot some cannonballs at you. Fathlo finding the pixel where you can stand and not take damage. It's very cycle-based, essentially just a giant cutscene. Fathlo showing why he's third place in the world. Say it again, I really hope JP's okay. Donkey Kong expressing his impatience, how long this fight is, by pounding his chest. Yeah, there's a little crack on the ground where you can stand as Dixie and you're not going to take damage. As Fathlo's moving on to the fake credits right now. You can tell they're fake because everything starts with a K. So I don't know of any video game that has a commander. Did I say Dixie? I'm pretty sure I said Diddy. My bad. Fathlo now coming up in the final hit of K. Rool. See if I can get him in here for a quick little interview. So the 36-19, Fathlo finishes out this race. First place. About to get berated by Cranky. Now, while he's getting lectured, let's see if we can get him in here. Discord is hard. Alright, pulling him in. Hello, Fathlo.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Congratulations on your victory.
Thanks.
How do you feel about your run?
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, you had a couple of deaths. It's pretty unfortunate. How did you feel after that death in Ice Age Alley? Was it Ice Age Alley or Snow Barrel Blast where you ran into the Kremling?
It was Ice Age, yeah.
It was, yeah, where you just
that
sort of...
That one really made me mad.
Yeah, I can
it's
imagine.
Like a minute lost.
Yeah, when
Same
you
with
take
the
damage...
death in Bouncy. That was like another minute, 40
Mm-hmm.
seconds or something.
Yeah, I was mentioning how important it is to keep the bird in that level, because if you take damage or you get hit, then your monkey's just going to get propelled forward and you can't really control where he goes. And unfortunately, yours landed right into a pit.
Yeah.
It's very, very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But looks like that victory there gives you 2 for your brackets. You still have one more race to go.
Yeah. I haven't talked to the other guy, so I don't know what's going to be going on with that.
Yeah, I don't know either. It looks like he hasn't raced anybody yet.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're having some tech problems with JP's stream right now. We don't know where he is.
Yeah, I had the stream going. I was checking in.
Yeah, right now it looks like he's still frozen on the drum.
Yeah.
But it looks like he was having an alright run too. Didn't really die too often. Just gonna load up IRC right now and see if he's not done.
Yeah, he hasn't. He actually dropped. He quit the IRC because I guess his internet dropped.
Computer crash or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, looks like very unfortunate for JP.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying the tournament so far? I notice your best time is a 35, a low 35. That's not. I don't mean to be critical or anything, but that's not really what I expected.
Yeah,
what do you think your game plan is going forward in order to keep up with everybody else? Again, I don't tell you. Just don't die. Really, yeah, that's a really good strategy, I guess. Again, I didn't mean for that to come off as critical or an asshole or anything,
My runs were both pretty bad, so. I don't mind.
I'm still waiting on JP, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like he rejoined the IRC. So he's probably getting close to done.
Well, chat, make sure to send JP your energy. Hopefully you can finish this out with a big bang. Question for you, Fathlo, though. How long have you been playing this game? You're relatively new to the scene, eh?
Yeah. Sorry. I started about a year ago in February.
Right, yeah. Then
I practiced for a few months before that, before doing any runs, but started running in February.
Yeah, and you really zipped up the leaderboards there pretty quickly to a tied world record at one point with Eason.
Yeah.
Are you going to go for the world record, or is this tournament sort of like your swan song?
I don't know. I just want a better time. World record is whatever.
That's understandable. Top 3 is still very respectable, though.
Yeah. I mean, ideally a 31, but...
Yeah, in a perfect world. We're getting a little bit back here from JP. Looks like he's in perils. Sort of rolling in the air there. Sort of stopped. I'm not entirely sure where he is in the level. I don't think he's... Yeah, he's coming up to the frame right now. Oh no, he just missed the frame. Yeah, he's halfway. So unfortunate JP is not going to hit the final jump roll in the game. But there was a comment in the chat that the warpless platform perils that you had, or sorry, the glitchless platform perils that you had was very, very well executed. I'll give you that. That was really well done.
I don't know if you noticed, but the strat I used at the end there made it like you can't do golden barrel with that strat because I did a double back boost off the crushes.
Yeah, I noticed that you took the lower road. You don't see that too often.
No, it's really tight.
Jeez. Oh, so you were sort of listening in on commentary as well?
Yes.
Oh, I hope I did you justice then.
That was good.
Great. So JP is now coming on to the final, again, second final boss in the game, Neki Senior. Or maybe his stream is going to crash again, unfortunately. Poor JP. Hopefully he's doing okay. I feel like this has just been the common theme throughout the race. Hoping jpnance is doing alright. Again, we have no idea where JP is. He's, I'm going to assume he's finishing up the bird right now. Hopefully, if he's nice. Hello. Still have no idea, unfortunately. So, sorry for the dead air, chat. There's not really much I can commentate on when the stream unfortunately isn't working. Sure to let you know when he done, though. I'm also in the IRC channel.
Yeah, he's probably close.
Yeah, probably another, 2 minutes left maybe? Maybe a minute and a half?
Yeah.
If he's having a good K roll. My thoughts on that one specific frame that we see. Well, what's going through the runner's head right now as he finishes platform perils is, oh my god, I'm in the home stretch. I can't believe it. I only have to go through the 4th unique boss in this game, or 5th, I guess, if you count K roll.
Looks like he's almost done.
Yeah. What a disaster, he says. Dot time of 45:04. I'm assuming that's at fake credits. So he's looking at a high 45 right now. Which, if you're running Donkey Kong Country 2, is it's all right. Donkey Kong Country 1, that's a little high up, unfortunately. Maybe within the year we'll see a time like that for Donkey Kong Country 3. Who knows? With the way Sweet Mind is going. It looks like a dot done from jpnance. The 45:41. Yeah, he could have gone left and talked to Cranky. Cranky does have some good advice sometimes when he's not being a condescending jerk. Oh, we missed a bird tut from JP.
Ah, dang.
Like. Man. Pull him in here momentarily. Although if I were him, I wouldn't really be inclined to talk about that, to be honest with you. Alright, looks like he's going to join us shortly. We get to see exactly what happened. Alright, we're going to drag him in here now. Hey, JP.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, other than the array of internet connection issues I've had today. I guess it's working okay now, because it stayed on for like 60 straight seconds.
That's a miracle.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know what was... Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that we really enjoyed your slideshow of your trip through Donkey Kong Island.
I think some of those pictures that you saw were even me playing decently well. I'm not actually sure which ones got through.
Yeah, we did notice that you were playing very well for your PB, which is a 38, I believe.
Yeah, low 38. Yeah, for the most part, it was pretty good. But like every time the internet went out, my attention kept getting distracted, and like. In my house, like I'm upstairs and all the router stuff is downstairs, so I kept running downstairs. I don't know what my final time was, 40, 45, 41. That actually sounds pretty good for making 3 trips downstairs to reset the router.
Wow, yeah, that's impressive.
And I was telling Fathlo in the chat, I think I wasn't even streaming at this point, but I actually got my first jump roll in Tanked Up Trouble ever in a run, so that's something to hang my hat on, I guess.
Yeah, bird tut, congratulations. That's not an easy trick.
Yeah, I've been working on it. I was told that the Eason setup, which is what I've been using, is not what I should be using, but I haven't worked out the other stuff yet.
Yeah, the Eason setup is a little bit off, but there are some more setups on the wiki that are a little more optimal. Or you could just check out other people's PBs. Like there's the Lepinock setup. There's Joe's setup is a little bit weird also. Canis' setup seems to be the most consistent, or Fathlo's as well.
Mm-hmm.
Where you just sort of roll through the barrel and kind of thing. I can't explain it without watching it right now. Shows how much I know about the game. But you both should be very proud. It looks like you both had really, really great runs. I know
Fathlo's run was a 36. What kind of run was that for you, Fathlo?
I died in like 4 places. They all cost like 40 seconds to a minute each. Okay. It wasn't very great.
Yeah, you were in the lead actually, JP, in Bouncy Bonanza.
Yeah, I died right near the end of that.
In Bouncy Bonanza? Okay, so yeah, World 2. All right.
Yeah, 2-3? 2-3, yeah. 4. 2-4.
2-4, right.
Yeah, you were ahead for a little bit.
I was pretty clean until the internet started having issues, and I think that was right around world like 3-1. And then I actually missed the jump roll on 3-3 to skip, the whole like rope section. But that was when I was like I had my attention divided a little bit, so I'll use that as an excuse, I guess.
Oh, you mean the super jump? Or the super jump roll?
The super jump. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm also not that great at that trick, so I'm happy to have any excuse I can use.
It's tricky to start off. Making sure that you land on the ground before landing on the Kremling can be a little bit tricky.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it probably, I don't know, 3 out of 4 times, but every time you miss it, it feels really frustrating.
It's very frustrating because that level is very long and very annoying.
Yeah.
I was mentioning that about the bird gauntlet at the end. All the bees and not the bees.
I feel like that was one of my favorite levels as a kid. Like, it's just kind of fun to dodge through all that stuff when you're riding the rope. But then,
for sure, yeah.
You start trying to play the game fast, and it's not exactly the same attitude towards it.
Yeah, it's the gateway level, I guess. It's how we all got here.
Exactly.
Well, it looks like that was the second match for the both of you. Fathlo was saying that he's having a hard time getting a hold of the third in your bracket. How do you feel about your bracket going forward?
Well,
in your position?
It'll do that. Excuse me. That'll do it for me coming out of the group. I assume I'm certainly not going to be top 2 because I lost to Zeef last week. But I mean, Fathlo's an extremely good player, and Zeef is probably a little bit better than I am right now. So I'll be interested to see if Zeef can take 1 or 2 matches in the knockout round.
Yeah, he's been playing very well in this tournament, I've noticed.
Yeah, he was not far off PB when he and I played. I actually wasn't all that far off either, but still 20 seconds behind him in that race.
Oh yeah, I missed that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was a pretty close one. I actually went back and watched because I had no clue how Zeef was doing that whole time, and he had a pretty darn clean run, at least for the skill level that he and I are.
It's understandable.